Hi, Cam family. This is Betsy Wurzel, creator and founder of hashtag Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement. And I'm coming to you to share some things with you. We all know about the coronavirus. We have heard way too much stuff. Well, let me tell you, here in New Jersey, friggin' mass hysteria. My preschool is opened. The owner said he will not close it until he is forced to by the township. Um, Josh is not working for a week or two. The Our town, we live in a town, Island, but it's part of Woodbridge Township in New Jersey. They're closing the schools. I work in Edison Township. They're closing the schools, but the preschool is, like I said, opened, but there was hardly any kids on Friday. And I told the children, Miss Betsy loves you. I know you love me, but please don't hug me. Miss Betsy's an old lady. She doesn't want to get the virus. Now, these parents are saying, why are you opened? And yet, these same parents bring their children in with fevers and runny noses and coughs. So, keep your kids home, is what I want to tell them. You don't keep your kids home. But they're, freaking out about this virus, and it is serious. And people might take this the wrong way, but honestly, I'm glad Matt is not here because I don't know if they would let me have seen him in hospice. Now they're taking your temperature when you go into the hospital. My bereavement group was canceled till further notice. I believe they're going to close the senior centers down, which is really sad because for some people, it's their only socialization. So I feel bad for the senior citizens, although now I am a senior citizen because I went to the senior center for 2 seminars. Um, I went for one on Wednesday for bullying, which was really good. There is a thing called senior bullying. It was very good. I sat next to an older gentleman. He was he was in World War II, and he said his wife bullies him. They're married 65 years. He was just darling. Um, and I said, that's really nice. And it's just, I think, folks, negative brings out negative. This hysteria just stirs the people up. People who are not all there to begin with, gets them even more riled up. Now, I live in New Jersey where people are a little rude and abrupt anyway, and they will run you over with the shopping cart if you get in their way. There's fights going on in stores. I mean, it's ridiculous. I went shopping last Sunday. There was food. There was water. There was toilet paper. There was paper towels. Today, nada. Nothing. And I don't know, I spent $103 with hardly anything there. This is going to cause really an economic hardship for a lot of people. Joshua doesn't get paid if he doesn't work. I don't get paid if I don't work. So it will become a financial hardship for many people, and I feel for them. I feel for people who can't see their loved ones in the facility that they're in. I feel for you all who cannot see your loved ones. It must be very difficult, and my heart goes out to you. I just think people should just do your precautions like you usually do and use common sense and just stay calm and deep breathe if you're getting hysterical. I saw a policeman today in Dunkin' Donuts, and I asked the police officer, I said, "You're breaking up any fights in stores?" He said, "Oh, yeah." He said, "It's people are ridiculous. They're like in kindergarten." Um, you know, why can't people just be kind to each other? But folks, those of us who live in dementia land or who lived in dementia land know you have to roll with the flow. You got to go with the flow. You got to be fluid. You got to be able to twist and turn with all the turns and twists that go on. and be flexible. That's one thing for sure dementia has taught me. You can't be rigid. You got to be flexible and just go with the flow. I mean, these people are just in a frenzy. Can't find antibacterial hand gel, not even at Bath and Body Works. And I get a dirty look whenever I cough. And sometimes when people look at me, I go, I'm not sick. I have asthma. Now, I've had this cough for probably 4 or 5 years. And I'm going to have a chronic cough probably the rest of my life. That's just the way it is. Thankfully, my nodules have not grown, but I do have to get a CAT scan done every year. That could cause me to cough. My voice is much better. Increasing my elderberry syrup. I am listening to healing meditation tapes at night. And I think it's helping. I am navigating this grief. I just did a chat late last night called Moving Forward, which will be getting put out soon. Folks, you saw my journey with Matt with dementia. Well, now I'm on a new journey called Moving Forward. I'm moving forward in my grieving. I'm moving forward in my life. It is what I call the new different. I will always miss Matt. We'll always miss our loved ones. We'll always love our loved ones. And I would like for you to listen to my chat coming out and let me know what you think. And if you would like to be on my show and talk about how you moved forward with your grief, whether you lost a partner, a spouse, a parent, a child, please PM me and I will interview you. It's good to hear people's experience and stories. This is a new experience for me. I, had grief with my father, but, grieving a parent and grieving your husband or partner is two different things. It's just two different griefs because it's two different relationships. And it is difficult. I got a letter today that Matt's plaque is in, and the cemetery will put it on in 2 or 3 weeks. And I already prepared Josh that is going to hit you like a sledgehammer. I know when I saw my father's plaque, it hit me. And I know when I see Matt's plaque, it's going to hit me. And I just prepared Josh for these things. And speaking of Josh, he wants me to interview him on how he's dealing with grief and talk about his life after caregiving. And folks, listen to your children, even their adult children. They are grieving also. They are hurting also. I wish I could take away Joshua's pain, I told him, and his grieving. I can't. He has to do that journey himself, just like I had to do my own grieving journey. And it's baby steps. And I told Josh, yes, I'm going to move forward. I do want to socialize. I want to live again. I want to have fun again. And he's living his life, and I have a right to live my life. Now, do I want a boyfriend? No, I'm not looking for one. If it ever happens, it happens, but I'm not looking for one. I do want to go to a dance one of these days. My younger self, which is what I talk about in my chat, is like freaking out. Betsy, no one's going to talk to you. Nobody will dance with you. And then I said, this has to stop. That's my fear setting in. I'm going to go to a dance one day, and I'm going to go in there with my head held high and just say hello to people. And people might think, well, Betsy, if you do a video or you could talk on the radio, you can't be that shy. But I am. I'm very shy, actually, in social situations, believe it or not. Very, very shy. But I've gotten better because I'm more confident. But, some old habits die hard, It takes a while. But I feel now, you know what? I don't care if anyone dances with me or not. I don't need a man to validate me. I know my worth. And I'm not my younger self anymore. I'm a mature, confident, somewhat confident, older woman. And when I heard on the news, oh, people 60 and up are at risk. I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm 62. That's me. I'm in that age group, which is kind of hard to believe. That's how fast life goes. You know what, folks? If I live to 70, it means I only have 8 years left. I want to enjoy my life. I want to live my life. Not going crazy with this coronavirus. We're wiping down the handles and doors at work. We're being extra cautious. I tell Josh, wash your hands when you come home. I give him hand gel because these kids can carry it. Like Josh could carry it and give it to me. There are 2 confirmed cases in my township. A married couple in their 70s. They're in the hospital. So it is spreading in New Jersey. And I just never seen anything like this in my life. I just can't believe it. But the store is pretty empty, probably because there wasn't anything left. Didn't even have Josh's Lucky Charms. And I just want to tell everyone, be careful. Just wash your hands, keep your hands away from your face, and do what you normally do. You know what? I have gloves left from Matt. Maybe I could sell it in the black market, make some money. They'll be mugging people for toilet paper and paper towels. I mean, you got to look at the comedy. You have to keep your sense of humor in this. I mean, a sense of humor is what helped me get through Dementiaville. Really. Things that you normally wouldn't do if you're stuck at home. You had things that you could do. You could look at pictures. You could call people. You could do videos. You can reach out to people. There are so many things that you could do. I actually was hoping to be off for a week so I could catch up on some things, like rest for one. I'm still very tired. Caregiving really sucked the life force out of me. And I'm still trying to get my rest. And folks, I want to encourage all of you who are still going through this journey. Self-care. I can't stress that enough. If you want to make it through to the other side with your health intact or somewhat intact and your sanity, you need to do self-care. And I know it's hard. I've talked about this before. I didn't have time near the end of Matt's life to do self-care like I'd like to. I really didn't. And I know our preventive health gets put on the back burner. I know that. But you need to take care of yourself as much as possible. Meditate. Deep breathe. Listen to meditation tapes. Listen to inspiring motivational people on TED Talks. That's what I've been listening to, TED Talks. I've also been listening to relationship people because I have been out of the dating scene for 40 years. Boy, is it different today than it was 40 years ago. I mean, they're talking about masculine energy, feminine energy, leaning forward, leaning back. I can't be bothered with that stuff. I am who I am. And whoever likes it, and whoever doesn't, does it now. I can't be worried about what people think. And you shouldn't either. Live your life, folks. If you are in the stages of grieving, take baby steps moving forward. There's no timetable. I don't have a goal. Oh, I'm going to stop grieving by such and such a date. I'm going to grieve for the rest of my life. But it won't be, I think, as intense. That's a good word. It won't be as intense. Right now, it's very intense. I could be busy all day long, and by the end of the day, Matt's not here. And I miss him. And I'll always miss him. And I'm not looking for someone to replace Matt, because nobody can replace Matt. And I have to reassure Josh, no one's going to replace your father. I'm not looking for anyone to replace your father. But if I do find somebody, I have that right to find somebody. You're living your life. You go out with your friends. I have a right to do the same. And that's how I feel. And am slowly moving, forward. I know this year I'm not celebrating any holidays at home by cooking. I'm going to go out. Well, if the places are still open. I just can't. And you know what, folks? You do what you do. You do what's comfortable for you and don't worry about anyone else. And if you find someone new, you want a relationship, that's your business. That's your right. You have a right for that. And you have a right to enjoy your life after caregiving. And nobody has a right to judge anyone about what they do or don't do in their grieving. You don't know what goes behind closed doors. You don't know what that person went through. I took care of my husband for 10 years. There's people who, you know, someone with dementia could be 1 to 20 years. That's a long time. That's a long time putting your life on hold. That's a long time of being lonely. Even though they're there, you can't have a conversation with them. So if people want to go socialize and they jump back into living again, good for them. Encourage them. Uplift people. You know, that's the thing now. People are just so dragging people down and criticizing and judging. How about lifting people up? That's what we should be doing. You know, strong people build each other up because seeing someone being successful or enjoying their life is good. And it's not a threat. It shouldn't be a threat to anybody. Nobody should be jealous or insecure about that. But you'd be amazed, and I see this at work, that people can be very insecure. And I really feel sorry for them. I really do. I work with someone, all she does is complain. And very insecure and looks in the mirror all the time at herself. Excuse me. As if her looks are going to change minute to minute. I did go to an orthopedic doctor. I got a cortisone injection in my tendon this time, not my joint. The first time was the joint, it didn't help. In the tendon, it's helping. He said that I have degenerative changes in my bone, joint, and in my tendon. And my tendon was swollen, irritated, and I brought a 3-pound weight as he gave me home exercises that I'll do if I can stay awake. He told me don't do it every day. So that's the story, folks. That's what I have to say. Thank you for watching. Hope you all stay safe. I hope you all will stay well. And my heart goes out to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this group. Thank you for loving and supporting each other. This group rocks. I have to say so myself. But it's because of you all. You all make it rock. So shine bright, folks. You are love and you are light. And don't let anyone put out your light. Don't let anyone put out your flame. Shine bright anyway. The world needs it, especially now. And the world, there's a song, it's an old song. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's what the world needs. Excuse me. And us caregivers, whether past or present, can teach this world what unconditional love is because we experienced it. Have a good night, good day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I know that I love you all and care about you all deeply. Bye-bye.